Hello, beautiful beings. It's me, Jasmine Charles here, one of the ladies of Inspire Fire. As always, we're bringing you everything you need to ensure that your soul is fed. We dive deep to help create the best habits for living your most abundant life ever. So are you ready? Let's get it!
Welcome to another episode of
Soul Feeling.
Today our topic is what's stopping you? What is stopping you from getting that job? What is stopping you from getting them dreams? What is stopping you from getting that man? I don't need to talk to you about that. What is stopping you? What is stopping you from getting that man?
What is that body? Are you trying to be snatched? Are you trying to slay? What's stopping you
from traveling?
From traveling,
right?
Honestly,
you say you want to go around the world,
but you here
in your state,
right? In your state. So, okay, we need to figure out what's stopping you. So we have came up with some topics of what has been stopping us, or what has we seen around the world, what has been stopping you. And it goes from internal and external, but essentially everything is internal. So let's start with the obvious thing. Excuses.
Everybody has them.
Everybody has them.
Like,
we could start with why someone doesn't have a flat stomach. A lot of people say, I don't know how to eat healthy.
And why can't you eat healthy? Because you say eating healthy is expensive.
Right? It might be that. Or, okay, so if you don't know how to eat healthy, why don't you do some research?
Right.
Better do your research.
Just technology.
Right.
Age, you have Google. You have so much information out there. So really, we have this information at our fingertips.
Right.
Really,
there really shouldn't be
you
any
don't
excuses.
have to go in a dictionary and look it up, or go,
Right.
We have information.
We have it right here.
Exactly. Everything is readily available for you. And so the excuses are kind of on you.
Right.
It's all within.
If you don't know something, we have something right here, or the library, or got us. If you're watching this, you got internet, so you can look it up.
Exactly.
So that can't be an excuse anymore. If you don't know how to do something, if you truly want to do it, find out how to do it and take the steps to do so. Another excuse a lot of people use is, I just ain't got time.
How many hours is it in a day?
There's 24.
24 hours, okay. Okay, thought so. Thought it was just 24 measly little hours that you could do anything. The time that you watching that Bad Girls Club, or the time that you watching, I don't know, the shows that be on right now. Even during commercial breaks, it don't take you but 5 minutes to type in Google on a sentence how to eat healthier,
right?
How to apply for school, how to get that job. It's all about maximizing your time that you do have until you open up windows and avenues to gain more time. So time, guys, that excuse is getting a little played out.
Right. And Jasmine brought up a good topic before we started filming. And she said most people think it's too late or time is up. So I know a lot of older people might be like, I don't have time to, go out to be a singer, or I don't have time to pursue my acting dreams, or I don't have time, or I don't have enough time. It's too late for me to start a family. But look at Janet Jackson. She got a whole baby at 50 years old.
Oh my gosh. That's true, though. That is so true. That is so true. So time is only an illusion, guys. And it's only too late if you tell yourself it's too late, if you allow it to be too late. Because who's to say that the moment you change your habits, change your ways, change your patterns, change the direction that you once were going into a different direction, you'll see how time will just start opening itself up for you in ways that you never even imagined, because you never challenged yourself to take this leap of faith, this leap of action. So definitely time is a minuscule thing that you can never ever again say that you don't have enough of, because you always have enough time if you're still breathing.
Right. Gary Vee says, like, no one, like, you don't really have an excuse because before, like, I think he said, like, 10 to 2 are free hours if you have, like, a job or something like that. So it's like, you really have to ask yourself, what is it that you actually want? And then how are you going to get it? So if you want to start a business and you have a full-time job, okay, so after work, I'm going to go straight into creating this business. You have to make time.
Right.
And I mean, it's never too early to start something, and it's never too late. Brother Jordan, which is one of our good friends, he put a post up on Instagram, and he says, don't say one day, say day one. Because I know a lot of times I say, like, one day I'm going to own my own business. Or, well, I do, wait. Or one day I'm going to have that loft. We're going to have a building to actually work out of.
Family.
Or that family. Or that, yeah.
But he says,
say day one.
Day one.
So
I love
day
that.
one to, yeah.
It's resonating with me right now.
Wait, don't put off what you can do today, tomorrow.
Right.
You need to set out, utilize your phone and your planner, write out what you need to do, and just cross it off your list and do it. If you have to sacrifice, that TV show or talking on the phone or hanging out with somebody or going out, then you have to do that. You have to make time for what you want to make time for.
Exactly.
You're right. Start now. So I want to ask you guys, or I want you guys to ask yourself, what has been your excuse? If you really think about it, because we have to dive into ourselves and ask, okay, so why am I not at my goal weight? Why am I not at the job I want to be at? Really ask yourself, okay, so what has been my excuse?
Exactly.
Because a lot of times when we're complaining, that doesn't get anything solved, but those complaints can actually equal what your excuse is. But
that's true. That's so true.
So really think about, what excuses have you been making for yourself to not be where you want to be in life? And once you figure that out, start with day one to making those steps towards reaching your goals, whatever it may be.
That's so true. Like,
yeah.
No, go for it.
But I was going to say another excuse that people say is, like, has to do with health. Like, I can't do this because my knee's bad, or
my back
hurt. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to, okay, so if your back hurt, let's go to the chiropractor. Let's do some yoga. Let's,
Day one. Start that. Don't one day I'm going to do it when my back stop hurting. Just get into it and be like, okay, my back is hurting. How can I fix this? Switch your train of thinking to solutions. Right. No more complaining. It's just like, okay, this is what's happening. Let's figure out how to overcome it. And no more one day I'll do this when this gets better. It's just you have to take the steps so that you can actually do whatever it is that you want to do.
Very freaking true. So I need to think, what the heck? Ooh.
Like, just think about some things that you could have been started yesterday, 10 years ago, that you keep saying one day.
Right.
But it's like, if that one day would have been day one, right, you could have been on day 5,072 right now.
5,000, reached your goals already.
Exactly.
Oh, but I want to say this quote before, because we were talking about reaching our goals in one day, and I just stole it off of some girl's Instagram called, like, the Flower Child. She's beautiful. But she had this caption. It says, the real glow up is when you stop waiting to turn into some perfect hypothetical version of yourself and consciously enjoy being who you are. You know what? I didn't even finish writing it. Whoa. Okay, let me go to my Instagram real quick.
But that was lit, though.
I'm going to say
get where she's going with that.
Yes.
I want to say it again, though. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find her in like 30.32 seconds.
Like, you have to be happy in your now. You have to really appreciate and have...
Basically, I'm going to say it one more time. It says, the real glow up is when you stop waiting to turn into some perfect hypothetical version of yourself and consciously enjoy being who you are in the present moment. Ooh. So it goes back to that, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm that. And, we all have this vision of ourselves. So, being in our Inspire Fire business, in our life with the husbands and our kids and all that stuff, and,
exactly,
and visualizing who we're gonna be. But sometimes that can kind of like stray us away from who we are now. I am taking the steps to be that person. I am that person right now. I just don't have those things or those people yet, but I am that person that's inside of me. So
it kind of reminds me of, you don't have to be perfect to start, you just have to start.
Right.
You will get there. You will
say that one more time. You don't have to be what?
Perfect. You don't have to be
You
perfect
don't.
to start.
Re-say that whole line, 'cause I don't think they heard you.
You do not have to be perfect to start.
You do not.
You just have to start.
You just have to start.
You just have to
You want to start your YouTube.
That is so
You do not have to have the perfect camera. Everybody doesn't have the money or for the iReb or whatever. Just use your phone.
That's so true.
My phones
Because
are great.
I'm a perfectionist and I think that I have to have this, 132 things just to start. Like, if I don't have the right this, the right car, the right this, the right this, the right paper, the right notebook, the right pen to write with, the right laptop to write, it's just like, then I can't start. But it's just like, just start now. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once you actually start, God is going to send you along all the things along your journey so that you can keep up the pace and keep going so that it can actually follow through.
That's so true. But I like what you're saying, just start now. It goes back to what we always say. Like, just by starting is showing that you have faith. And once you have faith, all you have to, and you're starting the action, then God sees it and it's like, okay, cool.
Right.
You have faith. You're doing what you want to do. Okay, I'm going to help you out since you have faith and you believe in what I have for you. So that's lit. Okay. So let's talk about external for a second. So what is it externally that you may think is stopping you? And a lot of times it could be people. It could be relationships that you held on for too long that won't allow you to get into maybe another relationship or maybe another friendship, or maybe being with the wrong friends stopping you from actually progressing. They keep bringing you down. You know, they're talking down on you and putting those things into your life.
Or maybe it could be external substances that you use or take that you think you need that will help you. It could be caffeine, it could be food, it could be anything that you think you need that could be actually hindering your, like, causing you to have heart problems or causing you to have high blood pressure. Just any types of things that is externally that you depending on that you think you need every morning when you wake up out of bed.
Right. It might feel good for the moment. That person might feel good. That soda, that cake, that cocoa bread might feel good for the moment. Even that listening to that music or watching the Bad Girls Club, or things that really can mess up with your mind. And it might feel good for the moment, but in the long run, doing that or indulging in whoever or whatever is stopping you from going after your dreams or doing something proactive.
Exactly.
That makes me think of something too, generational limitations or things, certain qualities or habits may be passed on, but you have to look at that and say, okay, you know what, I have to break this curse and I'm going to change this and I'm going to do better. I can't, you keep doing the same thing over and over and you're going to get the same results. So you have to see that and break it and say, no more.
That's so true.
Right.
No more.
There's a famous quote that says, if you do the same things you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always gotten. So it's...
AKA insanity.
Insanity. Yeah. I think a lot...
That is insanity.
Okay, I knew I've been hearing it in a lot of places. Well, yes, insanity. But so that's the definition, guys. So let's not be insane as a whole, as a world, and just change our patterns. If we don't like the way something is going or something is coming about in our life, literally put that cup of coffee down, take that cake and just throw it in the trash and be like, I don't need this, or finish it up and never buy another one again. But
I'd be like, I'm just gonna finish all these cheeses real quick.
Right.
And then
this the last time, and after this we not gonna do this no more.
Right.
Or just don't listen to the opinions of your friends or even your family members that could possibly be telling you things that they think that's possible. Not saying it out of spite, but that group of friends that always want to turn up on Saturday and when you probably might need to do something on Sunday early morning. So it's not necessarily saying these are bad people. It's just we got to grow up. We got to grow up so we can glow up.
Right. And I just wanted to hop back to what you said about generational curses. Like in my family, there was a lot of divorce, and I'm sorry if y'all are listening, but like
But that's pretty common. That's pretty common.
all my aunts, my mom has been divorced, and that's not gonna happen any longer because I'm letting it be known down, and I'm breaking that curse now, and I'm praying to God now that whoever I marry, and it's gonna last, and it's gonna be a good, healthy relationship. And for who my brother is married to, they're gonna last, and they're gonna have a strong, lasting, and loving relationship, and it's gonna show my nephew how a marriage is supposed to be. So a lot of people, instead of thinking that way of like, I'm gonna break this curse, they instead beat into, well, okay, my mama got a divorce, my auntie got a divorce, and everybody had a divorce. They have perceived in their head like that's what marriage is, to get a divorce and get remarried. Some people even have the thought of, people think that marriage is being married to somebody and having a side piece or something like that. So people have different ideas of what marriage is, but you have to identify what you want, what you want, and what you think is going to be great in your heart, and you know that. And just because someone else did or your family's done this doesn't mean that is for you.
Exactly.
So that can be an excuse too. Oh, my mama did it, my daddy did this. That's not okay. You are the dictator of your life. Well, God is, but I mean, you could create.
Yeah, you create your life that you desire, definitely. And not to say that these people are wrong. That's just the pattern that they chose. And of course, we don't want anyone in an unhealthy relationship. So if you, by all means, if you're in an unhealthy relationship, you might need to see some counseling. But definitely, and that same thing ties over to like eating habits. People are like, oh, my mother always cooked fried chicken on Tuesday, so I'm gonna cook fried chicken on every Tuesday. Right. And then over an extensive period of years, that high blood pressure, once you reach the age over 40, you're more susceptible to that. But it's just the patterns, guys. It's the patterns, and the way you change the things that has been hindering your families for X amount of years is by changing the habits, changing the mindset, changing the things that you're actually doing and intaking and allowing into your life, so that these same patterns won't constantly repeat themselves.
That's true. So beautiful. Yeah. That's some external stuff that may be stopping you. Yeah. So now think to yourself, what external factors have been stopping you? Really think about it, and then you'll get that feeling in your heart like, dang, I knew this all along. So let's go back into internal. Let's talk about ego. And the way Jasmine said it is, man knows less than God. Can you explain that?
Well, everyone, we have this ego where we think we know it all. And it's okay to have confidence, but it's only so far that your confidence can go, because man, we only think we know what we've seen, but there's so much that we haven't seen, and there's so much that God knows, because God knows everything. So when you become aware that the universe has this divine power, God has this divine knowledge that no man on earth have been exposed to, you'll understand, like, I need to draw back, I need to take the passenger seat, take the back seat, and just allow the greatness that God literally can show me and expose me. Because we often think, like, if it's never been done, it can't be accomplished. But it's like, once upon a time, everything around you has never been done. And so if you constantly have that mindset, it can't be done just because you haven't seen it, then you'll never achieve the greatest of heights that God can really reveal to you and show you. That's what I...
Yeah. And that makes me think of a quote by Nelson Mandela. It seems impossible until it's done.
Right.
Exactly. Everything when you're starting something new, it feels like, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this, but it seems impossible, but it's not.
It does, yeah.
The word impossible itself says I'm possible. So
yes, it does.
Just remember that.
That's true. And like, if we just think about it from our lives, just growing up, when you were in elementary school, you was like once you was about to go to middle school, you was all nervous and scared, like, I don't think I can do this. And it's like, well, you made it through elementary school. That was easy. So just go out and do it. And then when you were about to go to high school, he's like, I don't think I can do this. And then when you went to college, you're like, I'm really scared. I don't think I can do this. And then look at you. We all women with degrees right now. We doing the dang thing. It's just like, you never know what you can do until you look back and be like, oh, dang, I actually did that and achieved that.
So just do the damn thing.
Long story short.
Long story short. But I like how you said that we know less, because a lot of times we just think that we know it all. And by doing that, I think that holds us back, basically. By us thinking that we know it all is not allowing us to see the real fruits and abundance of what God can provide for us. So letting that ego go will allow God to progress into your life. So stop thinking you know it all, you know this, you know that, because you're going to be constantly learning throughout life. And if you're not learning, I like to say you're dying.
True.
Because
that's a quote too, a famous quote. I can't remember the exact words, but when you stop growing, you start dying. So don't be dying.
Like
dying mentally. And another thing is when you're when you're in tune with God, though, seriously, when you take in the passenger seat or you working side by side with God and you just really have this divine connection with the universe, there's no capacity on the knowledge that you can receive, because you're gonna never have that feeling that I know it all, because you're gonna always, because this is a quote that even Erykah Badu says it in the song, the man that says he knows something knows that he knows nothing at all, because you know that there's always something to know, because once you think you know it all, then you know nothing, because you can't be taught anything else. So you always have to keep an open mind, a mind that's susceptible to knowledge, and God will literally show you and guide you along life.
Right. And I think this transitions very well to our next topic, is not allowing your thoughts to manifest or materialize. Because putting that's kind of goes into ego. You're putting a cap on your knowledge, basically. So if you know it all, and you're in the place that you are now, right?
You about to get deep. Go.
You're in the place you are now. That means, okay, you know everything. So it seems like if you know it all, you're just going to be stuck in that place. But when you just let loose and, again, let God handle it, He's going to open your mind to many other things. But I know this is not exactly what you were trying to say when you wrote this topic down, because it's like a lot of times we let our thoughts just be hammered down by our other thoughts. So on allowing your thoughts not to manifest.
Okay, go for it.
Because I was telling the girls earlier, I was thinking in the car, and I was thinking, I'm going to have my own office building for Inspire Fire. We're going to have a smoothie bar at the bottom and a husband, and I want to be living like Shambooty, and I'm going to have healthy kids, and I'm going to do this. And then another thought attacked my thought and was like, oh, you really think that you could do all that and I have this, and this happen? You think you could have all that? And I'm thinking to myself, leave me alone.
Like, literally, you got to check your own self.
Check your own self. But a lot of people don't say, yes, I can have all that. Do you not know the God I serve? Do you not know that there's God inside of me?
Exactly.
But a lot of people stop there and it was like, wait, you're right. I can't have it all. Let me just choose my few things.
And so I completely agree with that. And that's exactly that was actually kind of what I meant when you're not allowing yourself to let your thoughts manifest or materialize into your life. Because just like Tiffany's like, oh, I'm going to have this amazing life of abundance. Everybody's life of abundance is going to be different. Some people's can be X or Y amount of things. But she wanted all these amazing things. You may want all these amazing things in your life. But the moment you sit there and you let that little side thought come in and take that thought, all your hopes and dreams and goals away, that's the moment that you put the cap on your thoughts and and you don't allow God to actually work and manifest those things, because you get what you want, you get what you think about and what you feel that you deserve, whether you want it or not. And that sounds crazy, whether you want it or not. So whatever you say you don't want, you're going to get that just as much as the things you say that you do want. And so what I mean by that is, so if you say you want this life and you say, well, I don't think I can actually get that with it for it to go as smoothly as I'm thinking in my mind, then you're going to get it not going as smoothly as it was playing in your mind at first, because you put that little side minuscule thought. So you literally have to catch that right then and there at that moment, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen overnight. It could possibly not even happen within a month's time. It could possibly not even happen in a year's time, but you got to constantly work at it until those little side thoughts don't even cross your mind anymore. And then you just automatically believe and feel and know that you are capable and worthy of having that life that you truly, genuinely deserve, because you deserve it.
You do. Indeed. So a lot of times, or another topic is honesty. A lot of times we aren't honest with ourselves about a lot of things, and that's really what's stopping us. You have to be honest about your flaws that you may have. Like, I don't know. I have a lot of flaws, but I always say the same one, so I don't want to say it again.
But yes, just being honest with yourself. And everybody's little quirks and things that maybe they need to be a better listener. They need to just have more courage and stop being shy. You know, whatever it is, that thing every time that's inhibiting you from actually going after whatever you want to do. Maybe it's procrastination, laziness, anything it is. It can be different for us all, but you don't want to allow that thing to stop you. Like, just honestly be honest with yourself and just say, I have this. Become aware, bring awareness. Don't say like, this is who I am and I can't get past it. Just like, okay, this is what it's been. Because right now, day one, it's not going to be that no more. Like, right. Then dust your hands with it and start your new life from then on in there. And then another thing we have to be honest with is other people. Like, most people think you gotta lie. This is a dog world. You gotta trample over people, and you can't be authentic and just be truthful and still get the life that you deserve. You can tell the truth, and God is definitely really gonna bless you with more abundance, because that's one of the things that I've been meditating on. And when I go into meditation, I've been asking for like genuine relationships, genuine opportunities, because I don't want anything if it's not genuine, because it's not gonna withstand long term.
That's true. I need to meditate on that too. To be honest, yeah. And it's a lot of things that we like put in the back of our hearts or in the back of our minds because we don't want to confront what we are kind of like straying away from. Like, I know I need to do this. I know this person is bad for me. I know I care too much about how this person feels. Or sometimes it's just going to be hard, because when we're not being honest with ourselves or honest with others, like really when you're not being honest with others, it kind of shows an insecurity within you.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, I have to lie about this. I might really feel this way about myself. And instead of confronting it, you're putting out lies or alternative facts. So
half truths,
not truths at all.
They say half truth is a whole lie.
Exactly. So we have to be honest with ourselves, no matter how bad it hurts, because once we get over that and once we're honest with ourselves, it's going to allow us to be ourselves and be our full potential.
Exactamente.
Okay, so it's not our last one, but it kind of goes with being honest with yourself and what we were saying about materializing and manifesting our thoughts. Mm-hmm. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on what you have in your life, or are you focusing on what you don't have in your life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you're focusing on what you don't have in your life, how the heck are you going to progress? So if I'm over here talking about my hair just won't grow, or my arms will just never be toned.
Right, though. Seriously, right. It's so true.
If I'm constantly focusing on that, my hair just won't grow, God forbid. My hair is like...
Your hair is Rapunzel over here.
My hair is going to be like, or my mind or my cells are going to be like, oh, she said she thinks I'm not gonna grow, so that's what my brain's telling me, so let's not grow anymore. Or she said I can't get rid of this fat, so it's just not gonna, I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm just gonna soak up all the fat, So instead of that, man, just think about the things that you do have. So what I like to personally do, and I do this often because it just fills my heart and soul with just so much joy, is I think about my family. I think about my mom and how much she has done for me and how times we spend together. I think about my brother's face. I think about my nephew's face. I think about my friends and how much fun we have. I go back to those memories. And then once I'm welcoming in, that's essentially love that I'm reflecting on. So if I'm essentially reflecting on that love, more love is going to come to me. If I'm thinking about how I don't like this person, and if anybody from my job is listening, I love everybody at my job, but if I'm thinking about this person at my job that I don't like, or how he do this, that, and the other, that's not a good feeling. Once you start thinking of bad things, it feels like, dang, bad things are just happening over and over again. It's a cycle. It just keeps coming back to me. So that could be what's holding you back, because you're focusing on the negative. Think of, because what you want is never going to be negative. So think about the positive, so positive things can come to you.
Yes. And what I like to say is, what you love, or what you love, you empower. What you fear, you empower. Right. And what you empower, you attract.
Yes.
So what are you attracting into your life? Is it appointments? Is it disease? Is it bad relationships?
Right.
What is it?
And that's so true, because and even other people's thoughts can attract into your life as well. So I was reading this book, I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but pretty much it says mothers even attract things into their children's lives, not on some, I'm trying to, because it was a scenario. The child was just born, and actually it was like a toddler at this time, and it was like, your daughter hasn't gotten the measles shot yet, and she was like, oh, she hasn't gotten it yet, and so she was already putting that thought out there, like, not saying that we don't want to take precautions as parents, but it's like some of these things wouldn't even happen if we wasn't already putting them out there, like worrying about that, so that it could come in full circle and attract into that person's life. So like focus on the thing, like you want your child to just be healthy, so focus on having a healthy child.
I'm about to have a healthy child. Right. Play basketball. You about to be in the NBA.
About to be a doctor, lawyer, a business owner, entrepreneur. Like, just think the best, and then if those bad things come, you'll be prepared for them just as readily as you would for the great things. So let's just focus on the great things and be prepared for those things to happen.
Absolutely, and I solely believe that, just coming from my mother, like the way she speaks life into me and my brother, it shows, because that's how we are. So if you got kids, you better speak positive things into them, because you could be stopping them, but hopefully they know how to combat this by listening to our podcast. The last thing is being judgmental. I'll tell y'all a quick story. I was watching Something Ratchet on Facebook, and this girl, or I don't know, it was something else, like, dang, she is judgmental as heck. I wouldn't want to be like her, blah, 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 blah. Like, she's this, she's that, and I'm over here calling her judgmental while judging her. And I was like,
it happens.
You are judging somebody for being judging. Like, what does that even make sense? But I think somebody said it earlier. It's like, she might have that flaw of judging others, and essentially I judge that person as well. But there's something that's within me that somebody else is not gonna like as well.
Exactly.
So instead of judging, we just have to all know that we're all not perfect.
Nobody is.
We're flawed, but instead kind of like look for the good things in others, because focusing on that again will bring that into your life. So I want to judge. I want to judge. I want to look into the things that are beautiful about each other.
Exactly. Right.
And
No, go for it.
And I was gonna say, and like, if there is something like that's totally flawed within like a friend or a family member, it's okay to be like taken to the side, but everything has to be within good intent, because good intent come back to you.
Exactly. Oh, that's so true. Good intent. So where's your intentions, guys?
Where are your intentions?
It's okay to positive criticize someone, but don't judge them.
Right.
So your intention needs to be pure if you're going to give someone a helping sentence or phrase of empowerment.
Right.
It doesn't need to come from a place where it's negative. So let's focus on positive intentions. Just, sending those great vibes out, guys.
Positive vibes. And so that is essentially it. We can run through these real quick. Again, if y'all missed it, again, we are Soul Filling from the Soul Filling podcast. Okay. And we are live. And we are talking about what's stopping you from getting to your dreams or your beautiful reality.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Right? Abundance. Okay. So first off, we had excuses. Particularly people say, I ain't got enough money. I ain't got enough time. My health is bad. But no, you need to optimize when it comes to money. You need to optimize what you do have, and God will give you more. When it goes to time, you need to actually see, where is the time? Where am I putting my time? Is it into social media? Is it into texting that guy that really don't like you? Or is it being put on something that you want to go to your goal? Like I said earlier, the time between 10 and 2 a.m. for most people is time where you could be grinding. If not, that's on you. We all have enough time. We have the same 24 hours as Beyonce.
Right. You have the same 24 hours as Beyonce, as President Obama. You have the same amount of time to be just as great.
Exactly.
If not greater, in your own way.
Right. And then a lot of people say, oh, I can't run, I can't do this, I can't exercise because my knees are bad, or I got this bad cough, or something. And when it comes to that, it's like, what can you do to make sure, if you want to do something, what precautions are you taking? What research are you taking to be able to do so? So health can't be an excuse.
Right.
Because you could get over whatever you have.
Right, exactly. You just have to start somewhere, as minuscule as it may be. If you can't run, you need to crawl. If you can't crawl, you can do leg raises in the bed. Just do whatever you can. Lift your pinky if you need to, just up and down 30 times for 2 seconds. Just do whatever you can until you grow strength, gain strength, and then you can do more.
Right. And remember, it's never too early to start, and it's never too late to start. Okay, we said one of our quotes from today was, not one day, but day one.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I'm going to put that as my screensaver.
So let's start taking the steps now. Another excuse could be, well, not excuse, one of the things that could be also holding you back is external factors, people, influences, the radio, the music you listen to, the TV shows you watch. So what are those things that are holding you back? Is it alcohol? Is it cigarettes? Is it weed? Is it what the kids doing nowadays? Molly?
I don't know what they do. Don't be popping mollies and sweating now.
Is it your ex-boyfriend?
Is it social media?
Is it social media?
If you got to take a hiatus, then do it.
I had to. At work today, I had to delete Instagram off my phone because I kept checking. I was like, this video popping. Let me see.
I know. It's so crazy. Like, people will tag you into something, and I'm like, how did I end up
over here?
Like,
Right.
Girl, it's a black hole. It just takes you all into this hole.
I look at that, and then I start looking at other stuff. I'm like, okay, wait, what was I doing? Let me get back to
Right. Put your phone on airplane mode so you don't receive all those text messages from Bae.
Right.
Like, you just gotta cut it down, limit yourself so you can focus. You have to zone in and cancel out all the distractions.
Yeah. And a lot of times when it comes to external factors, if we're talking about family and actual people, we let their opinions get onto us. So we need to make sure that we keep positive people around, or at least know how to combat those opinions that people may have of us. So that could be stopping you. What your mom said 5 years ago could be stopping you from pursuing your dreams.
Oh my God.
You know that ain't no real job.
Right.
You ain't never gonna make enough money. You ain't never gonna. You think you Denzel?
Right. Ooh, that's so
Right?
true. Like, and they don't do this out of spite. It's just because they don't think that they could achieve it. So it's just like, how could something that that's an extension of me, could do something that great?
Right.
So it's just like, you greater than this. This is your life. So you be the best version of you.
Exactly. And now let's talk about ego, our own ego, our own ego can be holding us back. And oh my God, like that pride, always wanting to be right. Like, I know this, and that. But, and you said a man knows less than God, right? Mm-hmm. But I want to take it not a step further, but a step back when we think that we know it all. So, like, I might have a vision of how I like things to be, like it with Inspire Fire. But then if y'all say something that might change something or broaden the horizon, and I'm not open to hearing out what the heck y'all have to say, how are we going to progress? You know, like, you might have a brilliant idea, or they might have a brilliant idea, but you're still stuck in your ways that we're not allowed to move forward because I just want to do things my way. So have you been doing that in your life or even your workplace? I want to be the top senior person at my job. So I'm not listening to your...
You better preach.
Right. I'm not listening to what he got to say or what the intern got to say because I want to take the credit for everything. But no, how are you going to progress? How's the people around you progress? No, you're going to be stagnant for the rest of your life if you're not open to what others have and what God is trying to give to you. Because if you think you know everything...
And even in relationships,
right?
People do that same thing. It's like, I want things to go back to how they was when we first did this, when we first got together. You did all this for me, and now you don't do this. But it's like, you have to grow. Nothing stays the same. So in your relationships, you kind of shouldn't just pray like, I want things to be how they always were. You want to be able to grow with this person, and just like, if you could actually have something that was that great in the beginning, you can have even greater in the future and even more. Like, oh my God, y'all. Right. So like, just open your mind, open your...
So that's the tip. So be open.
Be open and receive those blessings, because honestly, we have so many different perspectives, and God has made so many different people. It's like all of us together, our minds collectively, is just something so beautiful. So don't let your ego get in the way of like a good suggestion, or like, you know, so don't get in your own way. That might be stopping you because you think you know it all, and so you can't go nowhere. Let the ego go.
Let it go.
And then we have not allowing your thoughts to manifest. So if you think you can have it all, you can. But you need to make sure that you're not allowing your own thoughts or even other people's thoughts to say, oh, I can't have it all. Something's got to give. No, you can. Do you not know? Ow. Who's into it?
See, that's God letting you know you can have it all with the pain.
You can get through the struggle.
You can get through. It might be hard to have it all, but you can definitely have it all.
I don't even know what I was saying. Look at my nails stuck. But listen, I was saying is like, if you just look at the world around you, you think about the dang sun, the moon, the stars, and you don't think that you could have a man, healthy kids, a family, a job that you love, and have a banging body at the same time. But there's our stars in the sky.
You know what? I want to take it to a daily thing.
Right.
So, I mean, let's use this as an example. How many times have you stopped yourself from going to talk to someone, like you saw a nice looking guy or a girl and you were like, nah, I'm just...
I lost count.
Oh, you're right.
I lost count.
Like you stop yourself
yesterday
from doing certain things.
at the gym.
That could have been Mr. Right.
So you're saying with your thoughts, I'm thinking more with your
action.
Like, how many times have you stopped yourself from just going all out and doing what you needed to do? I think we do this in our relationships.
You are so right.
Because of the ego.
So many areas of our life where we can stop ourselves.
You are right. I'm so glad it's not just your thoughts, so action. You better go speak to husband. or ask for that raise.
Like you said earlier, when you're learning something new, like if you're playing an instrument, you're like, man, you're looking at a song, you're like, I don't know how to do this, you know.
But you got to put that action so that you can look back and say it was
done. Keep doing it. Just go up to that person. Don't let yourself stop. Don't stop yourself.
That's so true. Thank you for bringing that up, because that's real. Like, guys, you got to put the action to your work, into your thoughts. You can't just think about it all day and not actually do it, because then it's never going to be a reality, a real thing. So You got to put the two together along with the feelings. Feelings is the most powerful vibration, even stronger than thoughts. So if you thinking in your mind, I'm happy, but you're feeling sad, then you're only going to attract sad moments. So feel happy, think happy thoughts, feel happy feelings.
Right. And that goes on to, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the good, what you're thankful for, or are you focusing on the bad? Because wherever your energy flows, it's what's going to come back to you. So I'm going to be focusing on being happy, being paid, and all good things. I'm not going to focus on whatever these negative made-up things that are in my head. No.
Exactly.
Because that could be stopping you.
Definitely.
And then we have honesty. Are you being honest with yourself? You just really got to think, what is really stopping me? Like, you have to think for yourself, and only you know what is stopping you from accomplishing your dreams. Confront it. Don't lie about it. Don't have no alternative facts. Just know and be honest with yourself, and then move forward, proceed, and go after your abundant life. And then lastly...
And be honest with others.
And then lastly, being judgmental with other people. Don't judge others. Look at the good in them, or at least if you love them and you feel like it's going to be detrimental to them, let them know in a loving way that you don't think this is good for them, the way they're acting, and focus on you and focus on the flaws that you have and fix them.
Exactly.
So let's not be so judgmental, because when you're putting your focus on them, it's straying you away from what you really need to be focused on, and that's living a beautiful life and helping others and all that good stuff. So we recapped, and now we're done. And I want to say this quote again because I really liked it, and I messed it up last time. And I'm probably I'm not gonna say it because I lost it again. But it's here.
It's meant to be.
Here it is. It says, the real glow up is when you stop waiting to turn into some perfect hypothetical version of yourself and consciously enjoy being who you are in the present moment. Now, you are already who you are now. You are already who you want to be. So, let's start taking it day one.
Day one.
So, you know how we end with affirmations.
It's affirmation time. It's affirmation time. Okay, so let's get it. 3 affirmations, one from me, one from Tiffany, and one from Jasmine. And you say your affirmations at home. Start off every morning with your affirmations. Before you go to bed, say your affirmations. So let's get it.
I am making a lasting positive impact in every person I meet.
I am a dreamer. I am a creator.
I am love.